In this video, I'm going to talk about creating a video for your app listing. And just like an app icon and screenshots, video in the App Store is targeted to appeal to human interest and not app ranking. So it's really there for people to watch and see what your app or game is all about and to entice them to download it. It really doesn't have anything to do with the ranking of your app or increasing the visibility in the sense of having the store rank it higher. So keep that in mind, and we want to the ultimate goal is to entice the user to download your app. And I would recommend that you treat the video like it's a commercial or a short trailer for your app or game. It's not meant to be a walkthrough where you go through step by step the whole process and everything. Keep in mind it's people that are generally searching for your app, and when they stumble upon it or when they find it, you just want to give them a taste of what it's all about. So with that in mind, I would recommend that you keep it short, ideally less than 1 minute, and you'll see from some of the examples I'm going to show you, most of the professional trailers are less than 1 minute long. And I'm also going to give you some video recording tips on how you can very easily record some video, a video trailer or a walkthrough of your app shortly. But before I do that, I'm going to go through and just show you some examples of video. So I'm here now in the Google Play Store, and I'm just going to show you a couple examples of video in the Google Play Store. And just a note on this, Apple has just introduced video in iOS 8. So with the introduction of iOS 8 in their App Store, you will see the video trailers as well. And so publishers now need to create video for both Android and iOS, at least in iOS that's coming very shortly. So I'll just play, Clash of Clans we've seen before. You can see this first window where the screenshots are. This first one has the play button, and that's where video is displayed. So if I was to click play on this, we can see this video is only 16 seconds long.
Attack with your army. Defend with your army. Destroy with your army. Clash of Clans. Download for free.
So that, again, it says 15 seconds long. It's a very short video trailer. It doesn't go through all the details of how to play and exactly what's involved or what it is. It's just there to entice the viewer to download it and try it out. It is a fairly polished video, even though it's so short. It goes into, you can see the cutscenes, and there's the narrative voiceover, and then at the end it sort of shows the download now kind of call to action. So it's fairly polished, and even though it is very short. So I'll just go back. Minecraft is another very popular game. And as we'll see in this video, it's a bit longer, but it has actual video of. It's a very produced trailer. This is 47 seconds long. You can see there's actual video. It's not just gameplay. They've got a text over here. There's a bit of a story even for 47 seconds of these fingers playing this game of this guy sitting on a toilet. And I guess that's sort of like, there's a bit of humor, but it's also one of those things where it shows that you can play this anywhere and at any time. And then it goes into a bit more of the gameplay and how it's done. But again, at the end, you can see now on Android and a bit of a call to action there. So that's another video. But I think, the most straightforward ones are just, and some actually don't have videos. So just a note on why we would use video over screenshots. And really, screenshots can only do so much. And when it comes to showing someone how to use an app or how an app works and what it does, and if it's like a gameplay type, what the gameplay is all about, screenshots alone don't tell the whole story. And that's where video is really good at sort of showing people exactly what you have to do to use an app or a game. And so that's why video is so important, and you should really consider that for your app store optimization. Now here's a game where This is a much simpler video where it's literally just showing some text and showing the gameplay. This video is 40 seconds long. There is some polish to it, so it's not just purely gameplay, but really it kind of, on the left there's just text illustrating what you do, and then on the right you can actually see the game being played, or on the left now. And so yeah, fairly straightforward type of video. And so at the very least, I would recommend you at least show people how your game works or how your app works through a short commercial or trailer similar to these kinds of videos. And this video, yeah, it's 40 seconds long, so not very long. And again, at the very end, there's that call to action, which is, download now at the Google Play Store, or if it was in the iOS App Store, you would give that call to action as well. So those are just some examples. Again, sort of you want to keep it short. You make sure it does more than what a screenshot can do in terms of illustrating what your app or game is all about. And keep it simple, and make sure you add a call to action at the very end of it. That's important, just to entice people to download your app. I'm going to go over a couple of different tips and tools on how you can record your own video from your mobile device. And this is called device capture recording, or screen capture recording, video capture recording. And there's a few ways of doing it, but it is different for Android or iOS. So it is device specific, or at least platform specific. So for Android, if you wanted to record video of your mobile device, and it was an Android device, you'd have to use tools like an app called Rec, which is only if your phone is rooted. And if you don't know what that means, it's not this isn't an app that you want to use. So if you know what it means, there is an app called Rec. There's another app called Recordable, and you can also use the Android SDK to record video from your or capture your screen in video form using the Android SDK. Showing you how to use each of these is beyond the scope of this course, but I just wanted to point out some possibilities on how you can do it. And if you wanted to learn how to do it, I just suggest you search for more information on each of these things. So just to show you, this is Rec Dot, which is a screen recorder. It does need a rooted Android device, as I had mentioned, and you can look at that more yourself just by searching in the Google Play Store for Rec Dot. And the other app is, this one's called Recordable. It is a $5 app, so it's it does cost a little bit of money, but you do not need a rooted phone, and it should be fairly straightforward to use. There is a video here that sort of shows you how it works, so you can look at that as well. That's in the Google Play Store. Now, if you're brave, you can also use the Android SDK, as I mentioned, but it is much more complicated to get it working. There is this, if you just search for, in the search engine for how to record your screen on Android, you should find a tutorial, but it is quite involved. You have to do a lot of command line stuff and download their SDK and get it working. So it's not for everybody, but it is an alternative to record your screen on an Android device. Now, if you're using iOS, either the iPhone or iPad or iPod Touch, there's a lot of different options, and some of the more common ones are tools like AirServer, Reflector, or Xmirage. And they're fairly inexpensive. And the way it works is it uses the AirPlay, Apple's AirPlay server or service, and streams it to your computer. And so I'll show you their respective websites right now. Here's AirServer, and it has some demo video here. It works for both the PC and the Mac. It does cost money. Let me see if I can just find out here. It's under compare. It's a $15 app here. Compares it to the Apple TV. Maybe something you want to look through, but it is a $15 app. This is the Reflector app. I have used this before Oh, and it does say that Reflector is now available for Android, so it may be something you want to look into. Oh, there it is. So it's $6.99, $7 to use Reflector for Android. I've never used it before, but that's another option for Android. But if I was to go back to Reflector, again, there is a cost to it. I think it's about $13. It works really well. I've used it before, and you can basically just capture your screen on your computer through AirPlay using Reflector. And the last one's called Xmirage. Again, it's the same kind of deal with compared to the other two, and it does cost money again, probably about the same price. But if you're interested, it is available at Xmirage, x-mirage.com. Now, the last alternative to recording your screen, recording video on your screen using an iOS device is with iOS 10.10 Yosemite and iOS 8. It has a built-in feature where you can record your iPhone onto your computer or your iOS device onto your computer using a lightning cable connected to your computer and QuickTime. And it's a fairly new feature. It works pretty well. It is tethered, meaning you have your cable connected to your computer, but it works very smoothly. And that's kind of a new alternative to using some of these paid tools. And it is built right into OS 10 Yosemite and iOS 8. But you do need both of those for it to work. If you have Yosemite but you're using iOS 7, it will not work. So you need those two versions for it to work, or those two versions or later for it to work. Now, if you're also not totally familiar or not very comfortable creating video for your app listing, we do also offer professional video services. It's at appoptimize.com, and you can also request for more information just to have someone create the video for you, a professional video service for you. And just check it out at appoptimize.com if you want more information. Or if you don't feel like creating a video for yourself, that's another alternative. There is a professional service there available for you.